Hi, everybody. Mitch here. Thanks for joining me today. Today, I'm going to talk about everybody's favorite subject. Well, I don't know if it's everybody's favorite subject, but it's one we love to hate, and that's passwords and as related to that, cybersecurity. So here's a news clip from today. Google issues a warning to all 1.8 billion users. That sounds pretty scary. And in a sense it is, but in reality it's not. What Google is saying is that, you got all this stuff in the digital world, in the cloud, whether it's in Google Mail or wherever the hell it is. And hackers love to steal it. And they love to do things like encrypt it so that if you want it back, you need to pay them a ransom and stuff like that. So what Google is saying is step up and become a partner when it comes to cybersecurity. And they have some very specific recommendations here. Number one in that is turn on two-factor authentication or multi-factor authentication, sometimes it's called. And that's basically where, and there's a lot of different ways multi-factor authentication works. I'm not going to go into that in detail. That's a subject for another time. But the most common one is where the website sends you a text message with a one-time code, and you enter that code. And yes, it's inconvenient. I got it. But on the other hand, how convenient is it if you lose all of your photos? How inconvenient is it if you lose all of your music? How inconvenient is it if your bank account gets emptied? So, what Google is saying is they can't fix this problem without you participating. So that's number one. Activate multi-factor authentication. Number two, use strong passwords. And, the most common passwords that people use still every time there's a breach is 123456 and password. And for the security-minded ones, it's password 1. If that's what you're going to make as a password, assume you're going to get compromised. You just got to assume it. It's going to happen because, the most common form of attack by attackers is to use your email address and a canned set of passwords that are the most common ones. And those most common ones are not ones they make up. They're common ones that come from the data dumps from previous breaches. So that's number two. Number three is check your security settings regularly. Most apps have a security screen, security page, whatever it is, and make sure that somehow, when an upgrade happened, the settings that you want didn't get turned off. So, that's pretty in a nutshell. That's really it. In a nutshell, it's your responsibility to work with whoever your software vendor is, and there's probably a lot of software vendors, whether it's banks or retirement accounts or Google or Microsoft or whoever it is, and tighten up the security because you don't want to be one of those folks that are crying because you lost all your money or you lost all your. I mean, people contact us on a regular basis. My account was hacked and I lost all of my X. Can you help us get it back? The answer is, for the most part, no. That's sitting in Russia, China, North Korea, wherever it's sitting, and getting it back is problematic. Sometimes if it's a ransom demand, and there are plenty of those, if you're willing to spend a few $1,000s and hope that the crooks are actually going to give you back your data, and the odds are kind of like 50-50. And whether they leave a back door in there after they've done that is unclear. But, you can certainly do that and see if you can get your data back. But getting your money back, not likely. Not likely. So that bit of Debbie Downer news, tighten up your security and, stay safe. Thanks for listening.